A new Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Striker announcement.
I've waited years.
That's right, they're finally breaking silence. They're finally tweeting more about this game, even though the tweets are fairly generic. But it seems stuff was ramping up to some kind of announcement, and that announcement is Mitsuki and Sarada are coming to the game, thanks to a scan pulled by shonengames.com. As usual, those guys are awesome, go check them out. The scan itself does not reveal too much, but we're gonna break down what it does reveal, as well as speculate a little bit on these characters. Now, Mitsuki and Sarada were very predictable characters to be in the final roster. We predicted them on our final roster prediction. I think everyone pretty much expected them to be in there because the title of the game is Naruto to Boruto, and so far the only Boruto representation in the game were the characters in the lobby and Boruto as a playable character. So obviously the game needed more Boruto, and the obvious answer to that is add Mitsuki and Sarada, both team members of Boruto's team. Mitsuki is a defense type and Sarada is a heal type, which I'm not too sure how I feel about that, but without having the final abilities, it's hard to have an opinion on it. So far what we have is one ability for Mitsuki, one ability for Sarada. None of the abilities seem to be related to defense types or heal types. They are generic enough that they could fit pretty much any role that they chose to. But let's start with Mitsuki, who is possibly the most exciting of the two characters. Mitsuki seems to have his Sage Mode in the game, and obviously if Mitsuki has this ability, it means your custom character will be able to learn it in the final game as well. And just to give you an idea of how little information we have, Google Translate translates this form as a mysterious mystery form. The description of the jutsu does speak a little bit about how it buffs your character temporarily and how it changes parameters on ninjutsu. Maybe your ninjutsu become disabled, maybe they become stronger, but at this point, you know, very little information has come out. Now for Sarada's ability, the technique you see here is not the explosion, is not the fire going around. That might be a Mitsuki ability, or that might be something else. Personally, I don't think it would make too much sense for Mitsuki. We don't see him use fire that often. He's more of a wind type user and also snaky arms. I could be wrong, but I think the fire could be coming from a different ninja, because what the title and description say about this ability is that this is a Sarada technique of throwing shuriken or kunai. As a young Uchiha, they are known for being very talented throwers of stuff. They can hit bullseye with a kunai, they can hit bullseye with a shuriken, even if the target isn't within sight. Something that most ninja can do once they grow up a little bit, but Uchiha start young, I guess. Now, what's interesting about this ability on Sarada is that not only does it attack enemies and deal damage, but it also heals allies. Yes, she can stab you with kunais that heal you. So with that, yes, I think it makes sense for her to be a heal type because of that ability. At the same time, that's kind of a weird ability to have, isn't it? I don't remember anyone ever throwing a kunai that heals people in Naruto, ever. But whatever, it's a video game, we'll let them do what they want. I'm just happy they finally broke silence, and now we have two new confirmed characters. I'm looking forward to seeing more information about them. The website still hasn't been updated with these new characters. Once it is, maybe we'll get a couple more abilities and something that we can actually break down. But we're actually not done with the announcements. At the bottom of the scan, we have the announcement of a new map. And this map is Konoha. Now, what's interesting about this map is that it doesn't have any sort of abyss. You don't fall into any hole while moving around the stage. The description says it's very beginner friendly because of that. Even if you're just getting into the game, you're not gonna die because you fell into some random hole. And because of all the buildings and structures in the map, it's very easy to move around using your wire kunai and your ninja abilities. It's a very interesting map for sure. I think this map is very different from anything we've seen so far. Not only because it doesn't have any holes, but because it's dense. There's a lot of buildings here, a lot of potential mobility options. And without a hole, I think you'll just feel safer and feel better about risking some movement options because you're not afraid of falling into a hole. And with this, now we have 4 maps in total. I don't know if they'll add any more. I do think the map count is still a bit low, so hopefully we'll see some more in the future, but for now that's all we have. 2 new character announcements, a new stage, which is way more announcements than what they've given us in the past few months. I'm very curious to see whether this Mitsuki Sage Mode, how does it translate to your created characters? Do they also undergo a transformation where they get like that face paint and their hair becomes spikier? That sounds really hard to do with all the hairstyles. I don't know if they'll go that far, but at least the face paint seems like a cool idea. But yeah, as it stands, quick video, quick update, and we're just kind of waiting for more information at this this point. Predictable announcement, but I'm happy to see a brand new map at the very least. That was surprising enough, that's new information, and also, even if Mitsuki was predictable, I don't think Sage Mode was a given. So again, very happy to see that being a part of the group of abilities that we'll be able to customize our character with. Also, he's a defense type, and defense types didn't have that many options. There aren't that many defense type characters announced so far. So all this is good stuff, good news. Looking forward to more. Let me know what you think about the addition of these two characters. Is it what you guys expected? Was there something that surprised you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Last time around, we talked about Genjutsu in Shinobi Striker, more specifically why I think Genjutsu would not work. You can check out that video right here. If you're in the mood for something else, there's also the video at the bottom, but as always, thank you very much for watching. My name is Globku, and I'll see you guys next time. Boy.